Darling, I always have to move this microphone just because it says Austin behind me or something. I don't know why, but hi there. And I have to play my Chicago Poets song. I love that dinner date song. And I'm hoping that John is going to come up here because I was going to. I heard Tom talking about the fact that I was one of the hosts. What's the matter, John? Oh, you need that. Haha. He needs a wire.
Oh, really?
He's a bird on a wire. I just did a feature. I was the first poet up reading with Tom at the Osmic City Expo at the intro of it at the Palmer Event Center. And I asked John to accompany with me with some music. And I wanted to do two of the three pieces, the first and last pieces that I did at that show. And this first one, because I was trying to make a point to make it all about connections and how we're all connected to each other somehow. So this is ultimate connectivity, disconnect to reconnect. People are rushing, don't have time for breakfast after you slam the alarm snooze button 3 times. Stumble out of bed, you're clean enough. Forget the shower, clean up your face, smooth your hair, put on your work clothes, grab the briefcase, lock the door, speed up but avoid the sweat of a near sprint to make your way to that train or to the bus stop. You can get something to eat on the way to your place of work, you think. Well, your light pant doesn't change once you stopped at the stop. You've got places to be. Check your watch. Look down the street. Where is your carrier? You need that vehicle to get you where you need to be. Pace a bit. Adjust your clothes. Check your watch again. This is corporate America, you think. Hurry up and wait. The world rotates at about 1,000 miles an hour. Everything is spinning. You see more and more, but you feel connected less and less. So maybe it's time to make choices, and it's time to lay claim to everything that we've been blindly giving away. Because if I can make choices like taking flights of stairs instead of taking smoke breaks at work, or if I can pick up recyclable garbage left in the street by piggish people who can't even pick up their own trash, because if I don't do something about it, if I complain, I'm almost as bad as they. If I can make choices like that, maybe it's time for me to look for peace, or even meditate anywhere. I mean, if you're waiting for work at a bus stop, maybe you can relax right there. Maybe you can reconnect by disconnecting. Find peace somewhere in like this, in just one step. Because everything around you is moving too fast anyway. The world orbits its axis at close to 1,000 miles an hour. It speeds around our sun at 66,000 miles an hour. And our solar system is hurtling around the outer edges of our Milky Way galaxy at 483,000 miles an hour. And newsflash, our entire galaxy is speeding away from other galaxies too, at an astounding 1.3 million miles an hour, which, the last time I looked, is getting closer and closer and closer to the speed of light. So, if the news in the world bombards you while you're being hurtled around the cosmos, maybe that's when you should take some time to meditate, mentally step out of it all. Maybe then you could gain a new perspective, come to peace with everything, and maybe that is when you disconnect, that this hurtling earth can come around full circle, and everything can connect once again. No idea what music to do for this one, because I'm going to do something that is older from an old show of mine. When I had a live musician from South Africa in playing. So you're not from South Africa, I'm sorry, but this was when. No, but you'll do. You're awesome. You'll do. This is called My Kind of Tone. You guess whatever you want to do. I'm fine with that. After walking through the Forbidden City in Beijing, China, or all the palace doorways had gold-covered risers blocking people's way into rooms 4 inches to a foot tall. Because the higher your level of authority or royalty status in the kingdom, the higher the bar the people had to step over, not on, but over, in order to get inside the royalty's room. But after the Forbidden City, I entered the Summer Palace, and an old Chinese man walked up to me with what I believe was his granddaughter, walking 1 foot behind. Though, who knows? In China, this one young girl could be one of his concubines, but it's really not my place to judge. But this older Chinese gentleman walked up to me and asked, in the best English he could muster, where I was from. So I told him, the United States. And then I said, Chicago. And that's when this man's eyes lit up, and he said, my kind of town. And I laughed, nodding my head in agreement. And then he leaned in toward me and he said, Frank Sinatra sang that. And I laughed again. Yes, he did, I said, because even though this world is so vast, we will always find ways to connect with one another. This is the last one I did in my set today. Ultimate connectivity. This is called A Bird in the Hand. So, after a night camping at Bryce National Canyon, yeah, there was snow on the ground, but my sleeping bag zipper wasn't broken. So I got out of my tent in the morning, and a few little birds fluttered by. Now, one seemed to hang out a little too close, so I put some grain in the palm of my hand, stretched out my forearm, and remained perfectly still. Almost on cue, less than 2 minutes later, the bird landed on the palm of my hand and enjoyed the bounty I gave him. And I suddenly felt like I was Mother Earth. I could stretch out my arms like a scarecrow, but the animals wouldn't be afraid. And with my outstretched arms, I would give them food and shelter and love. And maybe that was when I twitched my finger, or else I was out of food. Because the next thing I knew, my 3-inch little bird took a step or two along my palm and across my fingers before it flew away. Thank you, the bird flew away. Thank you very much. Thank you.